Double Pike, and they're just about ready to run. Last on the program, and they're off and they're racing. Mississippi Delta's the last of them away. At the ready, jumped awkwardly there, seemed to jib at the start, found itself back a conspicuous last early. Someday, one day, the first to go from Upwards Others, Master Magician, and now the veteran I'm a Blue Bagger going around them wide into that first quarter with Respondent right off the track. Gage kicks up on the inside to be handily placed, and then Cougar Knights. Mississippi Delta at the ready were back there, and they're in front of Press the Petal. They've gone out by Beckett's Gate, and over the crossing at the 1700, I'm a Blue Bagger back from a jumping campaign, leads the way by 2 lengths on Respondent. Someday, one day, they're going along at a good gallop. Running fourth, 2 lengths behind them came Master Magician. Gage the grey next on the rail. 3/4 Upwards Others, nearly 2 lengths to Cougar Knights in the clear, and further back at the ready in Mississippi Delta, the tail end of the mare Press the Petal. It's a strung out field as I'm a Blue Bagger gets them running for Smokin' Joe. At the 1200 now to the Riverside they go, and I'm a Blue Bagger by about 4 lengths now on Someday, One Day and Respondent. Then 2 lengths to Master Magician. Gage down on the inside is next. A length away to Upwards Others at the 1000. Almost 2 lengths at the ready. Getting up on the inside of Cougar Knights, and Mississippi Delta's back with Press the Petal, but it's I'm a Blue Bagger who's showing them a clean old pair of heels at the 800. I'm a Blue Bagger still by nearly 3.5 lengths. Someday, One Day around the Master Magician. Mitch Pateman takes off now, wants to get him up there near the action as the leader compounds quickly. It has stopped as though it hit a brick wall at this stage. I'm a Blue Bagger. Someday, One Day headed it. Master Magician got there very quickly. Gage had to come off the fence. Over on the outside then Respondent. Back behind them at the ready looking to get clear. Then Cougar Knights, Upwards Others. Still well off the Mississippi Delta. Last on the rails is Press the Petal. Into the straight Master Magician. Someday, One Day. There's a run for at the ready closer towards the inside. Gage deeper out. I'm a Blue Bagger battling back. Press the Petal gets up near the inside. Cougar Knights and also Mississippi Delta running on at the ready. They hits the front. Here comes Mississippi Delta cutting it down. Too good for the Mississippi Delta. Mississippi Delta beat at the ready. Cougar Knights might be third. A photo though with Upwards Others. Press the Petal engaged. Then came I'm a Blue Bagger who battled away. Someday, One Day, Master Magician second last, and back behind it 3 or 4 lengths away at the rear is Respondent. Well, they bookended the quaddie. Team Williams, W. Pike Peters Investments. Carnage in the middle of it all, though. It's Mississippi Delta 2:21.20 to give Pike a double. He and Taylor Stone, of course, with the multiple winners on the program. Hard run race. At the ready, got the dream run through on the inside, reaching the lead, but no match for Mississippi Delta. And Cougar Knights and Upwards Others are involved in a photo for third placing. Little between that pair. Upwards Others or Cougar Knights for third. Mississippi Delta the winner by High Chaparral from Mississippi Bell for Peters Investments. For Grant and Alana Williams, William Pikey was able to get this mare right to the extreme outside. Solidly run race. At the ready, got the favours, cut through near the inside, but the one wide out certainly storming down the outside gets home to win in 2:13.54. So it was a really solidly run race, and in fact it's a new record for 21.50, beating Capodoro's 21.50 record set reasonably recently. And surging away late, Mississippi Delta from at the ready. Brody Kirby for Adam Durant. Waiting on this photo outcome still for third place. Let's go to the yard. Britt Taylor's with us. It's a bookend in the quaddie. Races 5 and 8, but didn't quite go according to the script in the middle there. 2 legs. Britt for Bob Peters, who's now with you in the yard.
Thanks, Darren. And Bob, Darren just mentioning there about the bookend of the quaddie. The 2 winners that you had, were they the 2 lesser chances that you thought would be coming to victory today?
Probably, yes. But the other 2 ran really, really well. I got a bit sentimental when I saw her last and do that. That was Elite Bell. That's what she used to do.
Tell us about the family. This horse obviously means a lot to you. You are very big on your breeding. Tell us about the family.
been a very good family to me, and when I lost Elite Bell, I decided that this was the one to take her place as a broodmare, and like we said with Galaxy Star, we've looked after her, and she was very immature, and we kept her back and kept her back. Today was her big test, and she came through it really well.
And you must be delighted to see that it's a track record for her.
Not that delighted. I'm worried about the next 2 weeks. If this track plays like it is today, it's going to be very hard for good horses coming back, especially for the Roma Cup.
What are the plans with this horse now?
I think I'll give her a spell now. She's had, I think it's 6 runs this time in. She's done a good job and probably deserves a break.
A well-deserved break, and congratulations on what has been a terrific day for you.
Thank you.
Bob Peters there with Mississippi Delta, taking out the last event, Mark.
Yeah, it was a good performance, and of course the family of the late great Elite Bell that won the Railway Stakes and was an absolute superstar until we lost her in tragic circumstances a couple of years ago.
And it's what Bob said, these horses and the families mean so much, and it does have a bit of sentimental meaning, this horse, and seeing glimpses of an Elite Bell, that's special for Bob.
Yeah, I remember winning the Railway Stakes. A great call from Darren McCauley that day about a pogo stick, if I remember, and needed a pogo stick to win from there. Well, that was a phenomenal win in the Railway Stakes, and I think this horse will now go on to win better races. I think that's the first Saturday race.
And at the ready in second, Pikey must have thought, I'm not going to be beaten by another apprentice in a photo finish again. We'll just wait for Pikey to catch up with the connections, and he heads around to weigh in. We'll get a word from him just quickly on how Mississippi Delta performed there. Pikey, a track record. Did you feel like you were going pretty quickly in the running?
Yeah, I did actually feel like we were rolling along nicely. Very surprising to be able to run a track record on a tired sort of Ascot looking for Belmont, so pretty surprising.
She let down really, really nicely.
She did. I had a lap full of horse. I was toying with the idea of waiting and following Brodie Kirby through on the inside, and I just give myself a whack in the head and said, get to the outside and do your job properly.
And do your job properly, you did indeed. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
William Pike there, taking out the last with Mississippi Delta.